Hello, welcome back to DROD RPG Fetch the Pie. We are finishing up the 6th level and making our way to 7th level. And that is a very expensive mirror. I'm getting pretty deep into the beneath. I must be 16 stories below surface level or so, I reckon. Right, so what's going on with this room? Well, pain. Yeah, pain. So I can kill these brains, and doing so seals this off. There are 4 brains in this room. Now if I just kill both of those, that's a lot more reasonable. So then we bump you, that becomes cheaper, bump you, we get through. And then if we spend 4 green keys on a mirror, we can push the mirror onto one of these, do a loop to get it, push the mirror over to the other one, do another loop to get it. So regardless, we don't want to do this until we have a bit more attack. But it is worth, like, the 4 green keys, I mean, it's definitely worth saving 5,000 health. 10,000. So that's a room for later. Alright, 7th level. Vincent reviewed the facts in his head. Just when matters were becoming simpler, they became complicated again. There used to be 3 simple allegiances of himself, the secretive people, and the goblins, but now he wasn't sure exactly what was going on. Vincent would have to reach Sector 7 Purple, wherever that was, and then he could figure out why he was hired. So far, all he had done was drive off a goblin tribe and break through some fort defenses. He was unsure of the consequences of those actions, but there's nothing to do but go forward. There are stairs to Sector 8 Blue in Octants South twice west. There are also stairs to Sector 8 Red in Census South twice west. There's also stairs to level 9 behind another gate setup. Apparently there's a huge ravine dividing the west and east sides of levels 7 and 8. Yeah. So in case you thought that we were done with having bigger levels, no. No, the hole does increase in size with basically every level. Alright, so we got another warp point there. We can either spend a yellow key, or we can go scrounge up to attack. And then we're still taking 400, but at least we're not taking 800. Okay. One more attack gem. Probably going back to level 3 at that point. Oh, I see. I meant level 4, but... Well, I guess I meant level 5. Times 3 multiplier. Right, so this is probably the cheapest attack gem that we have available at this point. Oh, but the Goblin Commander is almost cheaper. We do have 3 green keys. We only need 2. Okay, so we still get to keep a green key. So you know what? Let's just grab that one. Interesting that there's the other warp then. Right, so it's a yellow key or 400 health. We will just do that. And we're in. Okay, so what's going on here? Another puzzle a weekend. We're on a timer to clear this as efficiently as possible. Which really just means choose a sword orientation that lets you stab everything. But we could spend 50 Greckles to give ourselves 4 more turns on the fuse puzzle. This whole place looks abandoned. So this is probably a midway outpost, which will separate the upper cavern from whatever's below. More automated foes and systems, I guess. Alright, and I can spend 2 green keys to make the gel babies cheaper. I'm disinclined to do that right away. Okay, I can come up here, but there doesn't seem to be a reason to at this point. Plus 5 attack is nice. Okay, so if we blow this up, we lose a key and 1,000 health. We grab the attack. Then, if we have killed anything, but we have to kill 9 things. So really the puzzle here, well, it's a trade-off. We can just go down here and grab the health and the key right away and lose the attack. Which, as I've said multiple times, we're never doing. We're always going to take the attack. So, in that case, really the puzzle is, how do we clear this without losing access to the health? Because we're going to lose the key no matter what. I think that we can do that. Part of it is going to be spending an extra 2 yellow keys to do that, probably. Yeah, because you do, whoops, you do 4 and then clear it. So we can do that and then get in here. But if we want the health, you have to do it this way. So then we're spending 2 yellow keys for 1,000 health. But also a lot of fighting along the way. No, I think we keep exploring until we know the full extent of what we can access, and then we pick a plan. We make a plan from there. Alright, an oil baby, just random scary enemy. A lot of gas toxins again. And I can't bump to open the door when an enemy's on the door, I'm pretty sure. That would be a bump attack. Interesting. Interesting set of trades. Well, we don't need to go that way yet, though, that's for sure. Ah. Have to be very careful how we enter this room. There is a safe orientation. But basically we don't want to be any of these 4. Rather, we don't want to be the opposite of any of those four. Okay, well, I think that's the best we're going to get here. We're down to just one, which we would have to fight. But if we want this attack gem, that's how we do it. So we can spend the keys to skip this for the key. And then we can actually just get the attack. Interesting. Do we want to do that? Let's not commit. Okay, we have a fuse puzzle here, which I can block off. But ultimately what I want is I want to stab this bomb, which means I want to step on this door. So really what I want to do is I want to make this fuse take as long to burn as possible. If we do that, well, we do that. Is that good enough? No, I was 2 moves short. Okay, how about that? Okay, so that gives me enough time. I just have to open this door in advance. So now I'm spending a yellow key to save myself 720 health. Which is worth doing. And this is not a scouting run at this point because we haven't done anything, so this is the final run, so we're not going to have to redo that. Alright, I can open 2 black doors. A lot of blue keys around here. Don't remember where the blue key gauntlet is, but I'm sure there will be one. Okay, here we get... You get a puzzle where... Well, I do want the health and the key. So... let's do it. I don't get to face south, but that's fine. Is it? I guess that means we're facing this way. No diagonals. Okay, do I have a way out of here? Yeah, I want you here. There we go. Lots of time. You're on a south arrow? Yes. There we go. Well, we grabbed the stuff. Free treasure. Might as well. Okay, for disarmed. For disarmed, stuff hurts. Okay. We are facing in a way where we don't blow this room up. It's good. This is, yeah, gas toxin stuff for keys, so we're not touching it right now. Aha. So there's a blue key here. There were quite a few. Yeah, 1, 2. One, 2, 3, 4. So which of these 2 blue keys looks the cheapest? This is 1,000. Not bad. This is a disarmed water skipper. Probably... Oh no, it's going to be like 1,000 too, because it's going to be probably one more attack at least, so it'll be 620 because of the attack penalty. But then it'll be 930 because it's getting first strike, and then it'll be... No, it'll be another... It'll be an extra 2 hits. So we're looking at 1240. Because it'll hit me when I step next to it because I don't have a sword. And then it'll hit me again with the first hit when I body bump it because I don't have a weapon, so initiating battle gives it the first hit. Okay, so that one's more expensive. This one is ludicrously expensive because I need to either kill the Jade Golem or the Gas Toxin and the Bronze Golem. And then this is 720 plus 240. Alright, so this is going to be 960. So I guess those are the cheaper 2, or the ones that are about 1,000 each. Unless I wanted to spend keys. Which I don't particularly. So they do come with help discounts as well. Yeah, this will never be cheaper, so let's just save 2 blue keys is what we're looking for. And I am in an orientation that will allow me to attack all of these. Because I need to drop all of the trapdoors. Yeah, and even without spending on you guys, I got to do that as long as I was perfectly efficient by not ever having to turn my sword to fight something. Alright, where is the other one? Is it here? Yes, this is the other room we have selected. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that. So... there's our potion, there's our key. I could do that for 2 more yellow keys. So good to know that that's available. I think you'll be cheaper before I need the yellow keys, though. Oh, there's a blue key in here, too. Which I hadn't considered. So I guess I should. Let's actually look at this room. What is going on here? You're doing a ridiculous amount of damage. Okay. If I do that... if I do this... I die instantly. That makes sense. I stab the bomb before the enemy moves. Okay, well, if we just assume that we're doing that, then what's the consequence here? The consequence is... that I'm taking that fight. And then to get out, I'm taking both of those. Okay, so this is more expensive. Is there a path I just never took? Snake warrens. Okay, well... that is fine. So that's 2... 2 keys. I could mess around with these if I really wanted to. I can now toggle the blue doors. If for some reason I decide to do that. Alright, more exploration. That's 1 checkpoint opened. This looks like another equally big sector though. Right, and then I have stairs down here from my map. This was the ravine. Stairs down here. Stairs down here. Not sure why this lit up, but sure. Alright, so I can spend six yellow keys for a map. There is attack down there, so we will do it eventually. Okay, mechanical guard. Close to being cheaper. Still pretty expensive, though. What do these do? They let me kill you in 1 hit? Yeah. So I still take a hit by doing that. So that's just saying if I don't have enough attack to kill them for the Greckles, I can do that. And then it's a choice between 4 tar babies or a gas toxin. Alright, how much do you guys hurt? 170 each. You are 370 each. Okay, so... pretty sure that's the cheapest way through. Yeah. It is, in fact, the cheapest way through. And I don't need to do that just yet, but I am almost certainly just going to do that. This room. This one's kind of funny. You can gain 2 keys from this transaction if you barter wisely enough. Another blue key. Yeah, so here I think what's going on is I want to stab the guards. But I want to stab them in the order of red, green, blue, white, purple. Or black, yellow, I don't know. But I don't have to just kill the guards directly. I can also blow them up using bombs. And if I spend keys, I can do it in a more controlled manner. Okay, so another puzzle. Hey! Ah, it's you again. I'll pass on a reminder that you should probably leave. There's a lot I know that I won't be telling you. But I can tell that this fortress keeps the but I can tell you that this fortress keeps the goblins out. We have much better measures in store for people like you. I can't figure out what you're doing. Are you trying to help me, dissuade me, or pity me? I, personally, am trying to help you. But you'll only find out why if you ignore me. You will get into trouble. I'm calling his bluff. If he really wanted to help me, there would have been so many better ways to do it. Most of them involve him taking orders from me, though. Right, so here I have a bunch of different ways to try to get to this orb, which lets me follow where our friend went. We go down here, free blue key. Okay, I'll take it. There's a tough choice. Right, so what's going on here is that we have to get through a brained mechanical guard before we kill this brain. Is really what it comes down to. Alright, unfortunate, but more than we can handle at this point. Also, we don't have access to the brain until we solve this room. And spend a green key. Yeah, expensive. I can almost just do this. In fact, if I spend the green key, I can just do this. Okay, well that's the cheapest, easiest way through there, so we could do a scouting run down that way. I think... Yeah, because we have two things that are going to cost us health. I mean, that one's pretty clear, I think we just do it. But I'm curious about scouting, because I don't remember... Like, what I remember is that we do want to go down this way. But I don't think I've ever actually considered this path. So I'm curious to see... 4 blue keys. Okay, well... And some stuff. Alright, well that answers that. We're not going this way for a while. Another blue key. Right, so we have one. There's one. There's one. There's one. No. There's a way we can go, though. There's one. There's one. Is that 5 blue keys that we know about, then? Including the one that we're holding? There's a blue key here. Okay, 1, 2... 3, 3. Possibly something to the right. 4. 5. Plus the one we're holding is 6. Okay, there's a lot of extra blue keys here. Bronze golems. There's also quite a bit of attack lying around. So 28 is not inconceivable. I'm gonna do another scout. Let's see. Aha! Hay dirt. Oh, never mind. I don't even have to fight them. Anything guarded to the extent I already saw must be invaluable. I see 6 green doors over there. I might not have to open all of them myself, though. Right, so we have a shield. Even though we got the map, let's just take a closer look. So what's going on here? Each of these fights saves us 2 green keys, so we have to spend 2 green keys to get to the shield, which is a plus 40 defense. That's pretty nice. So we want this as soon as we can before we try to get anything else. But in order to get it, we're going to need to collect either a ton of health, so also probably at least 3 attack, which is easy enough to do. Yeah, a ton of health, or a ton of green keys. Each of these that we fight okay. So we get the health if we fight the golems before the brain. Alright, so at this point our goal is more attack, probably 28 attack. Is this doable without any fights? Obviously not. Right, what's going on with this room? I'm disarmed. Until I go through 5 security eyes. Well, I can rearm. Right, this one was kind of funny, because I can do this as many times as I want. But once I've come through by this route, so once I've taken the secret route and come back, if I do that one time, and then again I get to do this part with my weapon. So I guess I put on the wooden shield. Put on the wooden shield for those guys. Was there... Oh, there's an inventory square. My weapon doesn't really matter. I'm going to be disarmed anyway. I still have a scout save, but I might as well just make another one. I should probably learn the hotkeys for quick save at some point. But do I take fewer hits by doing that? I'm taking 3. I'm taking 4. Yeah, so stepping into them is actually more efficient. Okay, well, there is attack here. And I can come back with the proper shield. Because, yeah, now I can come through here as many times as I want. So that is attack, but it's behind a lot of stuff. That's a lot of keys, but again, we're taking the attack. Alright. That's what's in that room. Yeah, a lot of these guys don't require a lot. I think it's time to go back to the previous level. Start doing some stuff while we're scouting. Let's just take a look in here. Release the Ormites. Alright, so the bronze golems are weak to Ormites. The jade golems are not. I'm pretty sure. So I can take those two out. So what's going on with this room? I step in here. Ah. I get a green key if I can get you to go through here. So I have to kill all of these enemies. So releasing the Ormites makes the one cheaper. A lot of scouting lately. Also, I could save the key if I go through this way. Ah. I'm forced to take a mimic hit. Okay. Well, I think at this point then it makes sense to go back and just try to grab as much attack as we can from the earlier sections, which is going to be... I think now we finally do the goblin. So if we look at this... health and stuff. Keys. We do need more green keys. Yeah, we got the +2 since the last time we looked at this. So I think now's the time to get this. That is the furthest back of any attack gem. Yeah, and there's so many keys lying around in these rooms. Like, I'm not worried about the keys, honestly. It's just a matter of collecting what I need. Well, the target is 28 more attack. Let's get going, I guess. Hold on. So I was going to get the grappling hook to make this easier. But I think... my grappling hook lets me get out without having to fight all the goblins. I can do stuff like that. but I'm going to be taking hits from goblins anyway. Because even with the grappling hook... Yeah, I think it's better just to solve this by fighting rather than... Okay, so like here, for example... I actually want to do it differently. There we go. You, I think I just need to fight. You... I am gonna have to fight as well. No, I have to fight you on the way out. Okay. That's fine. But obviously, 40 more defense would make a huge difference against all of these. So I don't want to fight... Hold on. Hold on. I just took like 200 damage to do that. And I'm saving like 330 per golem. If I get 22 more attack. I guess I'm saving quite a bit on the brain golem fights though. Do I have a brain on this floor? Or not a brain, but like one of you. Okay, and yeah, if I get the 25, it's a checkpoint not just for bronze, but an additional checkpoint for the Jade Golem. So I'm actually saving two cycles on them. So that's almost certainly worth it. Okay, so 25 to go. This room... Taking 1,000 damage for 3 attack. Not yet. How are you looking? 330 for 3 attack. Soon. That's not too bad. GP's there. Here. 1, 2, 3. $900 attack. Taking like 1,000 damage for 3 attack doesn't seem great. No. Okay, you did just get cheaper. Grappling hook doesn't help me here, and I need a stupid number of keys to do anything in this room. Okay. This is kind of absurd, although much better shortly. Well, we finished the goblins, so this is the next level. Alright, so let's just do this one. Do I want to drop that? I would drop this if I wanted to spend a yellow key in order to refund a yellow key and get 200 health. I mean, it's worth it, but it's gonna get cheaper if I don't do it right away. Mimics are now free. Okay. That's exciting. Okay, lots of keys lying around. Okay, well that's never getting cheaper, so I guess we might as well just do it. That's pretty pitiful, honestly. I'm spending... Alright, so here I got a Disarmed for 800. Worth it. Okay, well, we're at a point where we can do this, so... no, because tar babies still cost... Oh. This should be about as cheap as it's ever gonna get. Yeah, that's free. Hold on. Let's not come into here facing that way. I guess it's faster just to bring you down this way. I mean, I could open that again, right? If I wanted to fight you at some point for some reason. Okay. So we won't clear it off the map. There's a little bit of health in there. So I think we're done this level then, in terms of attack. So now we have to start actually spending resources on things.
What?
So we've got this room, which is ridiculous, although... did we... Yeah, we did hit another checkpoint on you. I mean, those green keys are looking like they're still saving quite a bit. Okay, so we're looking at 900 to get through here. If we're spending 4 green keys... save 900 as opposed to saving... over 5,000. Yeah, I think that's still a bit expensive for us. And then we got all this stuff, which 12 would be nice, but I also need green keys for the shield room. Right, so at this point, the earliest is this, and then I've got we've got this, but I want those to be cheaper. We've got this, which probably should just fight the gas if I'm doing that. So this room might be... it's just so expensive though. Yeah, and the new shield doesn't help with this room either. So if I want keys, that's basically the best deal I'm going to get. I mean, this is pretty good, but it's just keys. I want attack. 18 attack, which 12 of it's in that other room if I have 4 green keys. I think that's probably actually what I want to do. Take on the quadruple-brained Tar Mother. Now let's just take a look at this. Okay, we made it. There's 1,000 for that. Right, that room was already clear. So 12 and 3 is a checkpoint. So if I spend 4 green keys, and then do this maybe? Because how are you looking? Still 3. Which means I should just attack you instead of taking the 3 hits. You're 1 hit for a green key. That's pretty cheap. Yeah, I think the goal at this point is to just get 15 more attack. And a whole bunch of green keys. Well, this green key is pretty cheap. So we'll do that. It's just 1 hit, so a shield doesn't make that much of a difference on you. Like a shield. Yeah, it makes more difference on you. This one's also pretty cheap. Okay, so then if we go down here... spend the 4 green keys. I think the amount of health that we save by doing this, it's not really possible to save any other way. And that gets us plus 12, so now we just need another plus 3 from somewhere. And we'll figure out which plus 3 we want to go for next time, I guess, and then we'll get that shield. I will see you then.